From zero to millionaire, making over 6 figures in profit every single month at the age of 21, just 3 years into my entrepreneurship journey. This is my come up story. If you're new here, my name is Nathan Nazareth. I'm a 21-year-old dude, average in just about every single category. So I grew up in a city called Richmond. It's a suburb about 25 minutes away from downtown Vancouver. Now, by no means did I grow up poor. I actually lived in a nice family home with 2 parents and my 2 brothers. I was the middle child. Now, both of my parents were hardcore academics and really pushed me down the schooling route from young. Funny how that turned out. They believed in giving me all of the opportunity, but no handouts. So as a kid, I pretty much had a fat $0 to my name, but I was still able to go to school, hang out with friends, play sports competitively, and get all the opportunity I could ever need to live that typical West Coast Canadian childhood, you could say. For as long as I can remember, it was my dream to take soccer professionally. Cristiano Ronaldo was my idol from the age of about 4 or 5, and year by year, as I climbed through the ranks of soccer in Canada, I found myself playing at a pretty competitive level. Now, I quickly do want to mention that my entrepreneurial journey also started from about the age of 10. From selling things like pixie sticks and duct tape wallets in primary school to eventually selling Supreme, Gucci, Jordans. And through these little reselling ventures, by the age of about 16 to 17, I was actually making some pretty decent side money that was allowing me to live out my high school experience to the fullest. I think at one point, like age 16, I must have been making around $500 per week reselling all the hypebeast clothing. But of course, the majority of my time was still focused on sport. My soccer team and I actually went out to one of the best scouting tournaments in all of North America called the Surf Cup in San Diego. And this is around the age where you should seriously be looking at acquiring some university or college offers if you want to take your career to the next level. It's cutthroat, it's make it or break it. First game into the tournament, about 20 minutes in, I made contact with another player and my entire knee blew out of its socket. So basically I dislocated my patella and tore everything in the surrounding regions. When I'm saying my kneecap was literally hanging on the outside of my leg, I wouldn't be joking. There was just no way after that level of an injury that I'd be able to play competitively for at least another year, probably more. Not knowing what to do with myself at all. I fell down the wrong path in school. I couldn't play any sport whatsoever. I spent the next few weeks entirely alone with my thoughts, wondering how I possibly could have let my life amount to this. And then I started building the master plan. So my master plan was to recover my relationship that I had with the school. I had a hearing in a couple weeks, so I had to actually go into the head of the district and basically appeal to them why I should still be allowed in the school. And then once they realize that I'm turning myself around, I plan to go back to school and literally ace every single test that came my way. I wanted to take over and I wanted to succeed in academic excellence. So you could say the goal was to focus on reading, learning, growing, improving every single day in every way. And I completely manifested that. 2 weeks later, I stormed right back into that school after the successful hearing. I didn't talk much, I just did. And a year later, I was finally playing contact sports again and finishing up my last year of high school. After I graduated, I went off to university alone at the University of Victoria on Vancouver Island. I went for a Bachelor of Commerce degree, in other words, studying business, and naturally my entrepreneurial instincts started to fire up again. I was taking in what I was learning from the courses, I was doing my own research on YouTube, reading books, and I was absolutely crushing the program. And I knew it was time for something more. I had no money, but I was a smart kid finally doing something right. And the next step was to go above and beyond and take on something new that I was passionate about, the sport of entrepreneurship. So what did I do? I incessantly started searching online, easiest business models to start, ways to make money online, how to make money as a teenager, how to make money on college, the list goes on. And I came across them all. Trust me, dropshipping, day trading, Forex, you name it, I was probably consuming that type of content. But then I came across social media marketing. The idea of running paid ads with somebody else's credit card while you still get to learn and provide value to them really stuck out to me. And I realized that the city I was in, Victoria, had a lot of local mom and pop shops. And me being an 18-year-old Gen Z, practically having grown up with Instagram and Snapchat, I figured there's a lot of value I can provide here. I can fill this gap for a lot of businesses who don't know how to step into the online world and attract clients through social media. So I immediately noticed this huge opportunity and I jumped straight on it after learning a bit more about social media marketing through YouTube videos. Now the only problem here was that I had never run paid ads before. I had to develop some thick skin, and I faced hundreds of rejections before I finally got my first client, or at least someone who was willing to take a chance on me. And with that, your boy had officially made his first $2,000 ever online. What a surreal feeling.
I choose rich every time.
But now I needed to over-deliver. I needed to build a case study in which would help me get new clients. Can you guess what happened next? I spent all day obsessing, learning, and over-delivering to my first client, and actually started to produce some solid leads and build a buzz around their company. Fast forward to about 6 months later with the agency, I'd partnered up with another student living at my university, and we had started to hire other students at the school as well to grow my agency, NCL Marketing, to over $15,000 in revenue per month with around 8 or 9 clients. Now this was some pretty sweet money at the time. I mean, for an 18-year-old to be profiting $7,000, $8,000 per month while being a full-time business student out of his dorm room, that's pretty cool. But it wasn't until I onboarded a client who was actually selling a digital product before I really took things to that next level. She was selling a fitness program. Now, this was kind of her life's work. She had poured a lot of time and effort into building out this master course that essentially helps women get fit again after having a baby. And it was a resounding success. We generated over $70,000 in less than 2 weeks. I mean, that's life-changing money for pretty much anybody, right? Seeing that I was the one who facilitated that type of life-changing transaction, that type of business growth, really woke up something inside of me. Gave me the confidence to go out and start another business on top of the agency, but actually sell a product to the masses. This way I could scale rapidly and hopefully hit those crazy numbers like $70,000 in a week. So what did I do? I went straight back to YouTube and came across dropshipping. Well, I'd already heard of dropshipping before, and I just thought there's no way in hell I could do that, or there's no way that's true, or whatever. But now, after seeing, firsthand the type of results that I generated for a client inside of my agency, I knew that dropshipping was gonna be that next step for me, because I still didn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to build a business from scratch. I mean, a way to start a physical product business, practically infinite scaling potential without even spending a single dime on inventory. That sounds pretty cool. Sign me up. Now this happened to be around the time when the whole Rona situation kind of first broke out. I literally sat myself down and said, yeah, this lockdown sucks. It's my 19th birthday and I'm not out having my first drink. Instead, I'm sitting in my room behind my computer screen. But ultimately, I can't control it, and I have 2 decisions in front of me right now. I could either fall into short-term gratification, sit around binge drinking, smoking, watching Netflix, playing video games until the world reopens, or I can use this time to get ahead and literally come out of this lockdown as an entirely new person. I chose the latter and committed to myself that when I come out of this lockdown and the world reopens, I'll be the physically, mentally, and financially best version of myself yet. So during this time, I literally spent, I'm not even kidding, 12 to 16 hours every single day sitting in my room in front of my computer screen. And once I was ready, I finally started to test my first products on a $100 a day budget. $5,000 later, 5 to 6 months in, 5 brands failed, multiple products tested, I had found my first winner. I was actually selling these UV sterilization wands at the time, and this was perfect timing. What better way than to buy, this wand that can actually zap off all the germs and viruses from these items. Now, as you can imagine, during this time, this product was a resounding success. I didn't even know at the time how crazy it was to be getting literally 4 to 5x return on ad spend across cold traffic Facebook ad campaigns. It was absolutely wild. Anyways, within just weeks of launching this new store and these new products, I was hitting milestones left, right, and center. Now, after crossing 6 figures in revenue 1 month after launching this brand, seeing upwards of $80,000 sitting in my checking account balance, I was riding this ultimate high that felt as though it would never stop and was only gonna be straight uphill from here. Boy, was I wrong. Typically, I wake up to about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on my dashboard that I made entirely in my sleep. But one day I woke up to a fat $0 on my Shopify sales dashboard. My heart sank. But essentially what had happened this time was I had gotten a cease and desist letter, which basically means that my Shopify store was forced to shut down because I'd made some mistakes. I was using stolen content, stolen ads, etc., etc. If you don't know what I mean by stolen, I mean essentially I just got them from Google or places online that I shouldn't have got this content from, because I should have made sure that it was copyright free before going ahead and using it as my own. And in the coming days, I literally did everything I could to try to get the store reinstated, but I was also dealing with chargebacks and refunds at the same time because a lot of my customers were starting to get angry with the shipping time. Days turned into weeks, and eventually I found myself starting to doubt my abilities, stepped away from my online work. I actually went out and purchased a Range Rover, but I was effectively blowing away pretty much every single dollar that I had made. And then one day I vividly remember actually getting an email notification from my university telling me that the school is reopening and that we have to get ready to pack our things and move back. Further down the email, it was telling me about how I had to attend these mandatory workshops in which would help me secure a job that essentially pays $15 an hour. I was just making $5,000 a day, and now I came face to face with my reality, my old life, the path that I was supposed to walk down. I literally built that store from the ground up. That was all me. But now I'm even more equipped because I've taken all of those harsh learning lessons from the major mistakes and failures that I had along the way, and I can build and refine a system that is gonna take off 10 times further than I have in the past. And I'll be sure not to make those same mistakes again. So I went straight back to working my 16-hour shifts every single day in front of my computer screen, full focus, locked in. I was dead set on building my dream life. Literally testing one product a day, building and refining a system for success, learning from all my past experiences and failures. And within just 2 months, I had launched multiple successful products that I was now scaling up to the 6 and 7 figure revenue points. This exact system that I built, refined, and continue to use and update to this day is what I now share with my clients inside of my education company, Outright Ecom. We offer a range of services anywhere from custom built stores all the way to full scale mentorship by myself that will essentially allow you to walk the exact same path I did, but shortcut your learning curve, cancel out all the crappy mistakes that I made. So if you're interested at all in learning more about what it is that I do inside the education company and how my clients are all getting insane results due to the exact system that I built, then go ahead and click the application link down below to get on a chat with my team and just find out some more information on it. But anyways, after I built this system and I started to see some insane results and success with the products that I was launching, it became a really tough decision on whether or not I wanted to go back to school. I mean, I was starting to make a full-time income from my laptop that could give me the life of freedom and luxury that I had always dreamt of. But at the same time, school, my friends, my peers, my social circles, that was kind of all I'd ever known. Not to mention my parents, like I said, were academics and always pushed me down the schooling route no matter what. And with that, I went back to the island for my 3rd year of business school. Now man, I had no idea what I was in for. During this time, I learned a lot about time management, the power of saying no, the power of saying yes, and various other skills that came with succeeding at the new challenge in front of me. Now during this time, I had been running 2 e-commerce brands, my agency, which had recently morphed into working more with influencers and content creators and helping them build out their sales process, offers, and funnels, and even starting my own personal brand, which includes this YouTube channel right here that you're watching, which eventually led me to my education company as well. That's 5 different businesses. 5 different businesses that I am still growing today. Now I do want to say that about halfway through the 3rd year, I started working very closely with an academic advisor at my school, and they were giving me all the extra support that I could during this time. So shout out to the University of Victoria for doing everything they can to support young and upcoming entrepreneurs in their journey while still attempting to get their degree in the process. For that, I'm forever grateful, and I'm technically still in my 4th year of the business program, and I'm super excited to bring home my business degree at the end of this year and make my parents proud. And so that leads me to now. I'm living in downtown Vancouver by myself, working, traveling, and growing my businesses full time. If you never give up and give that 1% every single day, and you take consistent action towards your goals, you can truly do anything. It's actually funny because looking back along the years, I always had the determination and the drive. It was just a matter of making a plan and committing to show up for myself every single day and following through with that. My life is in my own hands, and I can quite literally create my own reality. And the beauty is that I'm no different than you watching this video right now. I just simply picked a path and stuck through with it. I hope this video serves up some extra inspiration, motivation for you guys. I got a little bit vulnerable. I put a lot into this for you, and I really appreciate it if you guys stuck around with me on this journey. Subscribe to the channel because I have some big dreams. I want to help a lot of people. I want to shake up the education space, and I want to make massive positive impact in this world, one step at a time. If you want a sequel to this video where I go a little bit more in depth about what I'm currently up to and what my future plans are, please let me know down below in the comments and I will make that for you. And as always, love you guys. Thank you so much for all your support lately. It's been absolutely unreal. And go out there and get whatever the hell you want out of this life, because you only live once. And if I can do it, I'm damn near sure that you can do it too. Peace.